running out, man. Ain't nobody in the stands, guys. I'm so freaking proud of all of y'all. So freaking proud of y'all. That's exactly how you execute. We have a lot of guys that are being tough guys down there. I'm proud of all y'all. Where's Miguel Vargas? Best quarterback in Guymon history right there. Listen, hey, we got one big one next week. You know what's better than going 1-0? 2-0. 2-0. Is that a big one next week?
Guymon fans, welcome back to Tiger Talk. I'm your host, Jake Martinez. My co-host today is Chad Foster, defense coordinator, and Gannon Wallace, offensive line coach. Before we get into the previous game against Woodward, I just want to thank all you guys that are watching. We couldn't do this show without you guys, so I appreciate you guys. This past Friday, we opened week 0 with a win, an overtime win against the Woodward Boomers, 20-14 with a long weather delay. Coach Foster, can you talk a little bit about the defensive side of the ball, some highlights and adjustments we made in the game?
Yeah, so start the game, it was a rough first drive for us. Not used to giving up big, long drives. That's kind of what we pride ourselves on, is not to give up those types of drives. But we made some great adjustments as a staff and with the players as well, changing up schematically what we were trying to do. Kind of took away some things that they did in the first drive and made them go to some secondary things. Gave a couple big plays here and there, but for the most part, I feel defensively we handled the situation well. Again, obviously the overtime stop, but we also got a few stops in the fourth quarter late with a couple turnovers. I think we forced 3 turnovers, had 2 interceptions and a fumble. One key, obviously, in the fourth quarter to get us the ball back late in the game, and then obviously the interception to seal the victory. So super proud of the defense. Had to bring in some backups, had some injuries, some kids cramping up, first game things, and kids stepped in and played great. Just some highlights defensively, obviously, Miguel Vargas stepped in, played, obviously he's our quarterback, but he played some middle linebacker. Late in the fourth quarter, we had to move him to defensive end because we had a few guys out with some injuries. He made a big strip and recovered the fumble, got us the ball back. Pudge, Isaiah Dunnigan did a great job, made some key plays in the secondary. Then obviously with the interception, we kind of brought a blitz from the weak side, and we rotated him, and he rotated right into it. A perfect job by him to kind of jump in front and take that away. And then just all around, the defensive line played well. We're very undersized, but they moved and they made plays in the backfield. Secondary-wise, we gave a couple big pass plays, but for the most part, we held the pass game in check. They rotated to their spots well and just made some big plays. And so super proud of the defense to bounce back after that first series. After the rain delay, we were able to make some more adjustments, and that just I don't think we really gave up over a 20-yard drive until then with a couple turnovers. So just proud how they bounced back after the rain delay and sealed the victory.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. On that fourth down, that was a big play. But besides that, there wasn't really that many big plays. A few penalties hurt us on some drives, and we got to clean that up. But a lot cleaner than our last 2 season openers together. And I was really proud of the guys for, going to overtime. That's a tough and very stressful thing. But we score in the first play, and then second play of defense. Pudge, he's MVP of the game.
Yeah.
But yeah, proud of the guys for how they handled adversity with the weather delay and everything, and coming back from being 14 to 6, was it?
Yeah, at the delay, yeah.
Coach Wallace, can you talk a little bit about the offensive side of the ball and just highlight some guys?
Obviously the main guy that sticks, 2 main guys that stick out is Pudge. Obviously Pudge was good in every facet of the game offensively, from being a ball carrier to being a receiver to being a blocker and pass protection. He was an all-star in every aspect. And then obviously you have a great jump ball specialist in Carlos, who just came out and proved himself as a freshman in his first game. And then from the offensive line perspective, it's a young group that remain clear-minded and crafty throughout the whole game. They battled through ups and downs. And then Miguel stepping up, and he stepped up. He took a few shots right under the chin, and he stepped up and made throws for us that led to scoring opportunities.
Yeah, we talked about it, me and Coach Wallace, earlier today. That was probably one of our better executed games as far as drive efficiency went. There's a few times in the red zone where we wanted to kick an extra point, or not an extra point, but a field goal. And, we got to work on special teams. That's definitely the main focus going into this week. But week 0, that's kind of the thing that stinks about week 0 is, you get one scrimmage, and then you got to go right into it. And then usually at scrimmages, you don't work special teams. So, guys, going into this week, it's a big one. We got a Texas County shootout going on. It's with the Hooker Bulldogs, a little rivalry we got. Coach, can you just talk about, what the Hooker has coming back? Obviously, don't tell them what we're going to do, but talk a little bit about those guys.
Yeah, so, we've been watching some film. We got the film yesterday or on Friday, I guess, Friday night, Saturday morning, and they're a great football team again. I mean, they're ranked high, and they're coming off back-to-back state finalist appearances. Obviously, a new staff, a new head coach, but they're always solid. I mean, they play sound football. So for us, we have to match that. We have to match that energy and intensity, and then play sound football and not give up, big plays. They have some really good talent. Me as a defensive coordinator on the offensive side of the ball for them, that we have to tackle well. Again, that comes down to fundamentals, getting to our spots and making sure that we're ready to make plays. So they definitely bring some challenges as a defensive coordinator. Been lots of game planning these last few days, and then we'll implement it throughout the week. And again, just my job as a defensive coordinator is to put our kids in the best position. And then again, I always say they're the ones that win and lose football games. And I think that last week they definitely went out and won it. And I'm just looking forward to this week. A tough challenge with a great running quarterback, and then a great running back, and just trying to slow them down and give ourselves and give our offense good field position, give them chances to score, and us just limit the big plays.
Yeah, again, Coach McBee over there is doing a good job. They had a great win as well against Sunray in overtime. So, yeah, they're always going to have athletes over there, and we got to bring our best. I mentioned earlier, MVP, the dude of the week is Isaiah Dunnigan Pudge, but we're going to talk about Scout Team Player of the Week, which is Brigham Macias. Coach Wallace, can you talk a little bit about Brigham? He's an odd guy sometimes, but he did a great job this week.
The best way to describe Brigham would be a different type of cat, but, he brings it each and every day, and, you love him for it. You can coach his effort each and every day. You can make adjustments to that sort of effort. Brigham's a dream type of kid where he's going to do exactly what you want every time. So, I wish I had every kid that brought the same attitude as Brigham.
And he's a freshman, so our freshman class we're really proud of right now. Again, we mentioned Carlos. He did a great job on offense and defense. And, we got a lot of guys. Offensive line had some, it was a brand new offensive line. So the young guys, we're really proud of how this program's trending. Welcome back. I have two important guests today. We have Lieutenant Andy Walters and Lieutenant Andrea Fuentes. Guys, could you just introduce yourself a little bit and talk about what you guys do?
Hi, I'm Andy Walters. I work with the Texas County Sheriff's Office. I'm a lieutenant there. I work in investigations, mostly crimes against children.
Okay.
I'm Andrea Fuentes. I work in the jail. I am there to take care of everybody that comes into our facility.
You guys had mentioned you guys have some Stanley Harper stories. Anything worth sharing today?
Probably not on camera.
All right. So you guys have some important things coming up. Cops for Kids. Can you guys talk about what that is and those important dates coming up?
Yeah, sure. So about 10 years ago is when it all started. Mm-hmm. We saw a real need in our community to do something for the kids. I mean, most of the time when kids or anybody in our community has any kind of run-ins or dealings with law enforcement, it's most of the time they're in a crisis, and we really wanted to step up and do something positive for our community. And so that's where kind of Cops for Kids developed. We started out with just a couple of families, and then it has just grown exponentially over the years. And we usually try to, I think 2 years ago we did about 250 kids, and we try to hit, Guymon is mostly covered, but so we try to hit the outlying communities, Hardesty, Texoma, Goodwell, Strait, Yarborough, those communities that maybe don't always see the benefits of what bigger town in Guymon does. So we try to hit those communities.
Okay. And then what were the dates you said again?
So, and I think Andrea has that. We have, we usually set up at Walmart and start in November, and then do some dates in December. And it's, we accept, anything from toys to clothing And we accept anything for all ages. It's from newborn all the way up to 18 years old.
Okay.
And toys or, like I said, clothing, hygiene, anything like that. And then we also accept monetary.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and then when people are donating things, where do they need to take everything?
They can always swing by the sheriff's office, and it's 1102 South Ellison here in Guymon.
Awesome. Lieutenant Fuentes, you got those dates?
We are going to start November 15th, and then we're going to have another one the 22nd of November. And then our final one for accepting donations up at Walmart is going to be December 6th. We're usually there all day long, go home about 2 in the afternoon. So we take everything up there that we can get for these kiddos.
Yeah.
Tiger fans, help out, donate some toys, bring these guys some coffee when they're out there in the cold. We are back with Detention Deputy Colton Madrid, former Guymon High School alumni and football player. Colton, how are you doing today?
Pretty good. How about you?
Could you tell the camera a little bit about what you do over in Texas County?
Yeah, so I am a detention deputy. My boss is Andrea Fuentes. We take care of inmates. We serve. We do all kinds of different things like that.
Okay. They had mentioned you guys have a softball date coming up. Can you talk about when that is and what that's for?
Yes, so October 25th, we are going to do a softball tournament for the Cots for Kids. It's basically just for us to help raise money for that reason. They're going to do a home run derby, $20 a team or $20 a person. We're also going to do a silent auction out there. We're working on trying to get food trucks to go out there, try and get as much teams as we can possible. We are going to do about $250 a team. I don't really think we have a preference on how many teams. But I mean, that's basically it. We're just to raise money for these kids for this reason.
I got you. When is the deadline to register for?
So it's going to be that Wednesday. So I want to say it'll be the 22nd.
22nd?
Before the tournament.
Okay. Is there a prize for the winners?
I think we're just doing t-shirts.
Okay. How many people you need on the team?
9. So it's co-ed. So we have to have at least 3 girls on the field at once.
3 girls. Okay.
And then it don't really matter on batting lineups. They're going to use the USSAA rules. And that's really about it.
Okay. Coach Foster, we'll have a team pretty soon. We just got to find 3 girls. The rest will be the coaching staff, but I'll ice my shoulder for that.
All right.
Colton, before you leave, is there anything else you want the fans to know about?
So we are with that tournament. I mean, it's going to have to be 16 and up. We're also, if you guys want to put a team together, you guys are more than welcome. Anybody can do it. Let's just have a good night. Come out and play some softball.
Well, I appreciate you coming back, Colton.
Yes, sir.